Welcome all. Due to some sudden interruption, that video was uncutted. So we'll continue in this third video regarding your foreign keys. So what I have discussed means, let's take one simple example. That is your how to create your table. Now this is your main table called customers table. This is your having integer, nothing but customer ID and customer name. So where customer ID is a primary key, and next of all I'm creating one more table called orders, in which orders. So let's see one time once again. Okay, just try to check it. And again, just try to have your foreign key. Previously in discuss, we have discussed this thing. So afterward, there was interruption. I don't know what happened to that due to internet issue that was lost. Now we'll discuss. Now, whenever I have created like this, see, now try to describe your table. Try to describe your table called orders one. Here take orders one. Okay. So though I am trying to create your which one, I am trying to create your foreign key. It's unable to create it. Okay, it's unable to create. Okay. Now, how to create your foreign key? You see, you don't getting any foreign key or something, any indication that this is some foreign key or multiple key. We are not getting anything. So for that, now what I am doing means alter table name. Now I'm going to add this constraint. Alter table name. Add constraint. Your foreign key constraint name. Any one random constraint key name. Okay. Now I am adding foreign key to my column called OCID. This OCID is referencing to which one? This one. So like that, now I'm trying to view. Okay, just try to check it. Alter table name, add a constraint. So after that, so just your constraint name, then foreign key. So what to which you are applying foreign key and references. Now just try to check it. Okay, so this is not copied properly. So alter table name, add constraint, your foreign key name. Next of all, what you have to do, just copy. Fine. So now just try to describe your table, describe what you need to mean, describe your orders one. Now see, previously I'm not getting foreign key, right? So that's why what I have done, I have altered it, nothing but I have updated my constraint in this manner. In this manner, I need to update my constraint. So see, now I'm getting multiple key. Now this is why this thing is called as multiple key means. Now, if you observe in my customer table, OID is a primary key. Now, again, this column values are coming in my second table called OCID, nothing but foreign key, nothing but multiple values are coming. Like that same values are coming in this values. So nothing but this thing is called as a multiple key. Now we can understand we have initialized our foreign key. Like that we can initialize that our table now consists of foreign key. So got it? Now OCID referring to which one? OCID is referring to your customer's table cust ID. Customer's table cust ID. Like that you need to create. Like that you need to create your which one? Yes. Check how to drop your foreign key. Nothing but simple. Alter table name. So orders one. Okay. Drop. What is your constraint name? Drop constraint name. What is your drop constraint name? So drop constraint nothing but drop foreign key. FOREIGN foreign key. So what is your foreign key constraint name? FK. Sorry. Foreign key constraint name is, I have given one constraint name FK cust1, which is your foreign key. Just try to check it. So now again try to describe your table. Describe orders one. See, now drop foreign key, though we are performing. Okay. So we have given references, right? But it is not showing it. So fine, this is general syntax for alter table name, drop foreign key. So like that we can drop it. Just try to remember, this is the exact key for dropping your foreign key. Okay. So dropping your foreign key constraint. So what I have given the constraint name is correct only, right? FK underscore cust1 only. Fine, that's a general syntax. We'll check it. What was the mistake there? I don't know. But exactly this is the follow one. How to drop your foreign key. Like that we can drop it. Okay. Now we'll use already used data. Let's take one table called demo1 or demo. So try to check how many tables are created here. Create table, nothing but show tables. Show tables. Now I have so many tables. Let me check one table now. This is select a star from customers, select a star from customers. Now I have some data like this. Now let's perform some SQL queries, nothing but MySQL queries, some SQL queries. So what queries we can perform means, just check it. Okay, now I can perform like this. Suppose I want to print only 3 columns, you can have it. Customer ID, customer F name, customer last name. You want to print only these 3 columns from table name, customers. So fine, like that. Again, if you're going to check your select a star from customers. Okay, now I want to concat like this. Select concat of C first name, comma C last name from customers. From customers. Now what is happening? It is making as full name. Now you can write like this, my dear. Now suppose now instead of this concat C first name and C alumni, I want to have my own column name. Now I can make some temporary name. Okay, some temporary name or alias name as I can write as full name. As I can write as full name. See, now I'm getting as a full name. Okay. Suppose if I did like this, I want to find out the length of your full names, all length of your full names like this. See, now I have done like this, right? This is your what? Yes. You're getting my point. So now my question is, I need to find out what is the full name. See if you, what is the max of your full name like this. Suppose if you want to do like this, can we perform like this max of? See, now I got some, what is that full name is 16 characters is the maximum full name. Now I need to find out what is the name, what is the full name. I need to find out what is the full name. I need to find out what is the full name. Okay, I want to find out what's the full name, nothing but 16 characters. Generally, before that we'll discuss some called where clause. So what is meant by where clause? Select a star from customer so that you can understand. Okay. Now I want to print all the details of employees whose location is Hyderabad. So generally, how can we write a query? Select a star from your customers where using. So what I need to check where C location equal to Hyderabad. Where C location equal to Hyderabad. So like this, what I am doing, I am printing all the details of people who are present in a location called Hyderabad. Suppose I want to print whose location is who's present in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Now I can write same thing and C location equal to your Bangalore. C location equal to Bangalore like this. So this is and is nothing but for both the condition need to serve. There are no candidates who are present in both Hyderabad and Bangalore. There's a meaning here. So for that, what I can write means I can write R. Now see, I'm printing all the employee details who are present in both Hyderabad and Bangalore. So even I can write this statement without using OR operator. How means where C location in by using in operator in, write this Hyderabad, next of all Bangalore like this. Now check it. Now I am printing all the details who are present in both Hyderabad and Bangalore. Suppose I want to print those who are not present except in Hyderabad and Bangalore. I want to print all the employee details or customer details not present in Hyderabad and Bangalore. So not in. What is it? Except means not in. Not in. So I am printing except Hyderabad and Bangalore location. Everyone I am printing. You getting my point? So like that we can use in operator. We can use what not in. We can use where. We can use or. Okay. Now I want to check. Okay. I want to print all the employee details, whose location is Hyderabad and as well as age is greater than 20 or age is greater than 21. Like that, I want to check it. So check it. Now what I'm doing means select star from customers where, so what I said, where C age greater than or equal to 20 and what I have given, C location should be equal to Hyderabad. C location should be equal to Hyderabad. Spelling, select a spelling mistake there. Yes. See, only 3 candidates. Actually, there are 4 people who are present in Hyderabad. If you check it, how many people are from Hyderabad means there are 4 people. Check it. See, there are 4 people from Hyderabad, but if you're writing this constraint, so what is the constraint? So check it. Got it. Again, one more thing for AND operator, how to use. I want to check now whose salary is present. I want to check like this. Select star from customers where CSAL is greater than or equal to 22,000 and CSAL less than or equal to 44,000. Less than or equal to 44,000. 44,000. I want to print all the information. So again, select a star from customers where spelling. Try to check it. I'm fed up with my spelling mistakes. Okay. So find, select a star from customers where C salary is greater than or equal to 22,000 and C salary less than or equal to 44,000. Like that I'm trying to print. Now instead of this AND operator, now we can use like this. C salary between 22,000 and 44,000 like this. Or if I return 44,000 like this. Now same query is executing. If you're trying to check, if you try to check, same thing is happening. Try to check. This is your OR and this is your between. This is your OR and this is your between. Okay, you're getting my point. Now what I will do means, where we have started this thing, we have started everything here, right? In order to find out the concatenate. So this is, we have started, right? So yes. Now what I need to print, who is that 16 characters length? Nothing but how to generally find out who is the 16 character means. So generally we can do like this. One simple way we can do, what we can do means select your concat of C first name, C last name, okay, from customers where what I can do means simply I can perform like this, where length of concat of CF name comma C last name equal to 16. So generally now I can find out what is his name, right? Generally what is I can find Krishna Chaitanya is name. Now suppose I'm having millions of record, right? Again, why I need to write again 16? If I don't know, directly I need to use some nested queries now. So how to find out the 16 number? Nothing but max of length, right? Now what I will do means try to check how I'm going to write the same thing by using your nested queries. Same thing by using your nested queries. See how I'm going to write this nested. Instead of 16, how I'm going to write means where concat of length. Okay, I'm writing in. I'm starting my inner query now. Select. So select max of length of, select max of, so give me just 1 minute. Select max of length of concat of customer F name, customer last name, customer last name, customer last name from customers. Now what I'm doing to me, just don't get confused, customers. See, again it is getting right. So if you check it, my dear, now what is this means? This is giving 16, that's it. Now your inner query, suppose if you're going to execute your inner query, just try to check it. What is your inner query? Now what is your inner query here means? Try to check. It will get an answer called 16. Okay. Now what I am doing now, whatever result I am getting from inner query will act as a input for outer query. Output, nothing but now this is my inner query. In inner query, I am getting result as 16, right? That is my max length of concatenation. So now the output which I got from inner query will act as what? Will act as a input for outer query. Will act as an input for outer query. Now what is it? It's 16. Okay, up to here it is 16. Okay, now I am checking that where length of concatenate equal to 16. Got it? So I am checking length. Like that we can do inner queries. Like that we can do inner queries here. Fine. So that is a one better example to do your inner query. Let's check one more thing. Okay, we'll check one more thing. Select star from customers. Most frequently going to ask question, how to find out the first maximum salary. So generally how to find out the first maximum salary? Max CSAL from customers, right? From customers. Like this, I can find out the first maximum salary. Like that, I can find out the first maximum salary. Now, how to find out the second maximum salary means, now this should be my inner query, and in my outer query, what I need to write. So just see how I'm going to explain you people. Now, this is my inner query. So now what I will write means, now I will write again, select max of CSAL from customers where salary less than next one. Now what you will get means, I will get some salaries as what means. So 56,000 is my first max salary. Now I am checking, no remaining salaries will be present, nothing but now in that remaining salaries, apart from 56,000, again I am checking the what's the max salary. That will become your second max, right? That will become your second max. Just try to check where salary less than, wait, try to check customer spelling, unknown column. That is a CSAL, right? My column name is CSAL. See, now I'm getting second maximum salary. Now what happened here, dear? Here I will get as 56,000 as a first maximum salary. Now I am checking which is next salary less than 56,000. So now the salaries, remaining salaries all will be going to present in this thing, C salary, in which I am finding out the max salary. So means apart 56,000, what's the next one? So if you want to find out the third maximum salary, now this everything will act as an inner query now. Nothing but two inner queries are there. Two inner queries. Okay. Now I'm going to write my most outer query. Nothing but select a max of CSAL from customers where CSAL less than. Like this I can find out. Now what happened? First thing is, first inner query is what? This is your first inner query in which you are going to get 56,000. Here you are going to get 43,000. Now what is the next? Now whatever the remaining salaries are present in my salary, I need to check the next top salary. Nothing, third maximum salary. It will become your third maximum salary. Like that we can write multiple nested queries. So this is also one thing, right? Multiple. Okay. Suppose if I ask 100 queries, you are going to write 99. Now let's see one finest way to find out the nth maximum salary. How? Select star from customers. Now I'm doing something like this. Order by CSAL. I'm doing order by CSAL. Okay. See what is order by means. Now it is writing your according to your salary, making as ascending order. 10,080. It is in ascending order, right? It is in ascending order. Okay. Suppose if I want to print in descending order, what I will do means DESC. I will make as DESC. Got it. Now it is printing in descending order. Now how to find out first maximum salary means, so I will do, no, this will be your first maximum salary details, right? This will be your first maximum salary details. So for that, what I will do means same thing. Simply I am going to write limit 1. Limit 1. So it is printing as first row. Once you are done with your descending order, what you are printing? You are printing first row. Now this is your maximum salary. This is your maximum salary. No sir, I don't want complete information of that candidate means just try to write simple. Apart from what star, you can write what CSAL. Okay, CSAL. Now you are going to get as a what 56,000. You are going to get as 56,000. Now sir, how to get the second maximum salary sir means just simply write. So after first salary, next try to print next maximum salary. So that is 1 comma 1. So after maximum salary, print next maximum salary, nothing but 1 comma 1. So nothing but 43,000 is a sex. Next sir, how to print the third maximum salary? Third maximum salary, nothing but after second maximum salary, you need to print the next maximum salary, nothing 2 comma 1, nothing 2 comma 1. Okay. So if you are going to write limit to what it will print first 2 maximum salaries. It will print first 2 maximum salaries. If you're going to print 3 limit, what happened? It will print first 3 maximum salaries. First 3 maximum salaries. If I'm going to print 4 comma 1, what's the meaning of this? It is going to print the 5th maximum salary. It is going to print 5th maximum salary. If you want to print the 9th maximum salary, what you need to do? You need to do 8 comma 1. You need to do 8 comma 1. Okay. If you want to print 9th and 10th maximum salary, 9th and 10th maximum salary means, so after 8, next to 2 salaries, nothing but 9th and 10th. So like that, we are going to do your limit operator. Suppose if I want to print 100th maximum salary, then nothing but limit 99 comma 1. So before that, you need to perform order by your respective group, nothing but your respective column name, descending limit. Like that, we can perform without using nested queries, Like this, we have seen both nested queries and non-nested queries, right? Next of all, what I want to print means, suppose this is my customers table. This is my customers table. Select a star from customers. Okay. Now I want to print only even rows. Now what I can do means select a star from customers where CID modulo division of 2 equal to 0. So when it is modulo of 2, it will print only what? It will print only, check it, only even rows. Only even rows it is going to print it. Only even rows it is going to print it. Got it? Even rows it is going to print it. Fine. So next of all, apart from this, can we use how to print odd rows? No, nothing but you can perform mod of CID modulus of 2. If it is equal to 1, then it will print even rows. Odd rows, then it will print odd rows. Odd rows. Now let's see, perform some aggregators. Max of CSAL, comma minimum of CSAL. Next, comma what is that? Average of CSAL. Next of all, sum of CSAL. Next, count of IDs. How many IDs are there? I can perform count of ID. This are your aggregators, famous aggregators from customers. So CID, not ID, right? It is CID. See. Now, sir, I want to change my this column names, means you can change it by using as. You can write like this, as maxsal. Again, you can write as minsal. So like this, you can use. See, again, you want to perform this, you can change it. You can change it according to your values. So got it. So these are some of your famous aggregators. Now try to check. Again, suppose I want to check, select C locations from customers like this. Now I'm getting some customer, Hyderabad. Now I want to find out the distinct locations, nothing but distinct C location from customers. Distinct C location from customers. Like this I can perform. Now I have only distinct. Okay. Again, try to check. Select star from customers. Now, if you see here, I having different locations, right? Hyderabad, Bangalore, Delhi. Okay. Now, as a company owner, I want to find out, how much total I am allocating for Hyderabad branch. Okay. How much sum? Then what I will do means, how much amount I am allocating from Hyderabad location means, select sum of salary, CSAL. Select sum of CSAL from customers where C location equal to Hyderabad. Where C location equal to Hyderabad. See, I'm spending some 1,02,000. I'm spending nearly 1,02,000 amount for salaries for Hyderabad location people. So one is Ram Shankar, 34,000. Another is Ravi Shankar, 28, totally 58. So another, where is this guy? Mr. Ram Charan, 22,000. Another, there is one more. Yeah, Adam Paul, 44. 58 plus 44, nothing but 102. Nothing but 1,02,000 amount I'm spending. Like that, I can do sum of salary. Now, I want to find out for this total location. Let us imagine how many distinct locations I'm having. Can I do like this for distinct one? Distinct, right? Can I perform count of distinct? Check it. Can I perform count of how many locations are there? Distinct locations are there. So there are total 9 distinct locations are there. Now I want to find out for each location how much sum we are performing, how much amount I am allocating. So for that, what I will do means, so count of, I will do like sum of C salary from, now instead of this, what I will do means, from customers, I will use group by. I will use group by my C location. Now there are locations. It will take locations. That is, imagine I'm having Hyderabad 4 locations. That is the same. Hyderabad, from Hyderabad 4 people are there. Next, like that I can do it. So if you check that, this is sum. Okay. Now if you want to print even locations, just simply do like this: C location, comma. Okay. Now what is printing? For Bangalore, we are spending 80,000. For Chennai, 43,000. Like that. Just try to check it. That is your group by. That is your group by. Understood? That is your group by. Now I want to do like this something. Group by location. Next, order by. Can I perform like this? Order by sum of CSAL. If I do like this, check what happened. Now what is happening here? If I do order by for this thing, what is happening means it is printing your order, nothing but in ascending order. So what is the least position? Patna, I'm spending only 10,000 rupees. Guntur only 18,000. Vizag is only 25,000. Pune is 26,000. Delhi 46. Chennai 43. Bangalore 80,000. Mumbai 92. What is the highest location? So 1,02,000 is for Hyderabad location. Now I want to find out, as a owner, I want to find out to which location I'm spending much amount. To which location I'm spending much amount means how to do it. Now, simple thing, instead of this query, order by, if you have written DESC, what is it? Descending order. In descending order, the first thing is your maximum location, right? Your maximum location, right? Now, descending order, just try to write limit 1. Limit 1. Now, what you are getting? So, Hyderabad. No, just you want location, right? You don't want what is the sum of salary you are spending. You just want to which location I'm spending much amount. So, what is it? Yes, like this we can perform, right? Like this we can perform group by. Like this we can perform group by, right here. That is one example for your group by. That is one example for your group by. Fine. Let's check one more statement. If I return like this, the previous thing only, what it will do? It will print like this, right? In descending order. Now I want to just, now as I want to print out, what I want to find out means to which locations I'm spending more than 40,000 means I want all the locations to which I'm spending more than 40,000. More than 40,000 to which locations I'm spending more than 40,000. For that, what I can write means, suppose if I return like this, sum by descending. So then can I write having clause, having If I write like this, just check it. Is it possible? Having sum of CSAL greater than or equal to 40,000. So that is not the correct. Simply what you can write means, so group by location, just try to perform having sum of CSAL greater than 40,000. Check it. See, now I am printing. Now I am printing. Now can I write order by? Try to check it. Order by sum of CSAL DESC. Yes. Now understood. Like this, we can use having clause. Like this, we can use your having clause. Got it? Like this, we can use having clauses. Like this, we can use having clause, my dear. Like this, we can use having clause. Understood? Try to check it. How I'm performing all those things. Now we'll check it. How to use this auto increment. How to use this auto increment. Just try to create one new table. Create table name will be some example for increment table like this. Okay, incre table or incre. Next, add like this. What is auto increment? We'll see what is meant by auto increment. So no need to enter your IDs, all those things. Suppose int ID, sorry, ID integer, and it should be not null. And now I'm using auto increment. Now I am using auto increment. Auto increment. Now this will be my primary key. Okay, no need to enter your values, right? Just auto increment. Next, name varchar. So name varchar, and next I'm giving as a not null. Just do check it. Okay, I have created. Now what I will do means I need to insert. So how I will insert means try to check it. Select. Suppose if I'm writing like this, if it's possible not to check it now, select. Sorry, not select. First do. Before that, just try to check your schema. How to check your schema? Describe, right? Describe. Increase. So see, now ID is auto incremented. ID is auto incremented. Suppose if I return like this, I want to start from 1. I want to start from 1. So insert into, what's your table name? Increase. I'm starting values as 1 comma. So my ID need to start from 1. And this is Ram. Okay. Now perform something called select a star from Ram. Select a star from increase. Okay, 1 RAM. Now I will do like this. So insert, I just want to insert name only. No, I don't want to insert again the ID, all those things, 2, 3, 4. How I will do means insert into what's my call table name increase. So I will take only specific column called name. I need to enter only names. So that's why name values. I will enter now Ramu. Okay. Next I will enter Mohan. Next I will enter Kumar. Okay, Kumar. Now perform select a star from your increment table. Select a star from your increment table. See 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to start from 1000 means try to truncate. So how to truncate, you know, right? So far we have seen. So truncate table name. Truncate table name. What's your table name? Increase. Okay. Now your table information has deleted. Table information, I think table rows are deleted. Select star from. What is star from? Increase. No columns are there. Now what I will do means, so I will use like this. Okay. Now my initial value will start from 1000. Okay. Now do check it for you people. How to increment +2, how to increment +3. That's your thing. You have to think about all those things. Okay. Now everything will not be spoon feeding, right? Now what I'm doing means try to check. So now I'm entering Kumar. Now I am entering something. It should not be same primary keys, right? This is your one. I don't need to write. Yeah, Mohan. Next, perform select a star from customers. Select a star from in. Select a star from increment. Now see, it is starting from 1000, 1001, 1002. Lot of time is saving like this auto increment. Lot of time is saving your auto increment. Okay, let's go to some last final topics of your queries. Okay, now so will queries will go on just to check it. Let's take one table. Let's before going to I will use one table called cab or Gemini, cab Gemini, show tables. If any table call employee, it's fine. Select star from employee, do check it. Okay, that is my employee. Now I want to find out, I want to print, what I want to print means I want to print all the information whose names are starting with R. So how many people are starting? Ram is starting, Rajesh is starting, Rahul starting, Rahul, and Ramya is starting with a name called OR. So that we need to use wild operator. We need to use a wild operator. Select star from employee, where first name need to start like first name like need to start with R, nothing but R. So after R it can contain any characters. For that we are using modulo division symbol, nothing but modulo division represents n number of characters. After R it can contain anything, it can contain anything. So like that we are performing your like clause. Like that we are, suppose I want to find out first character should be R, second character it might be anything, but third character should be M, third character should be M. So for that, what I will do means first character should be R. So single character we use underscore. So we don't know what might be a single character. For that underscore, and third character will be M. After M, it can be anything. Okay. So what are they? Ram and Ramya. Ram and Ramya. So like that we can do it here. Like that we can do it. Okay. So again try to check. Select star from employee. Select star from employee. Fine. Select a star from employee. Now I want to find out. Whoever joined in the year 2015. I want to print all the information. Whoever joined in the year 2015. What I will do means select a star from employee, where hire date like. So it should need to end with 2015, right? It should end with 2015. So do check it. See, now I'm printing. Okay. Now can I find like this? How many people are joined in the year 2015? Can I do like this? Count of employee underscore ID. Okay. From employee where hide date like. So how many people? 3 people. Like that we can find out things, right? Like that we can find out the things. Now they have asked you one question that you people need to find out. How many print all the information of the candidates whoever joined in the year 2015 without using like clause. Now they're asking a question, simple question, that you need to find out or print all the information whoever joined in the year 2015 without using like clause. Then we need to use two more new operators. So for that what I will do means, okay, select a star from employee. So what I can do, select a star from employee, where I will do like this, something called write off your hire date, comma 4. So do check it. What is this thing I'm writing means? Do check it. See, only 3 people joined in the 2015 means write is nothing but this is from your hire. This is your hire date, right? So if you check it, this is your hire date, right, dear? This is your hire date. So this is your right complete string. Some left to right. This 11 is 1 is starting from left to right. Now what I am taking means I am taking right 4 characters. I am taking right 4 characters. So what are the right four characters in your given date string here? In your given date string, it is 2015 years, right? 4 years, years, right? Year, y, year. I hope you understood, right? That is, suppose I want to print whoever joined, suppose I want to print whoever joined, suppose, let's check your thing. Select a star from customers. Spelling, select a star from employees. This is employees. Okay. Now I want to print what I want to find out means left off. Suppose whoever joined, what I can do means whoever joined in the month 10 or in the month 1, you can do it left off first 4 characters, first 2 characters. So if you are going to use DDMM format, then we can easily find it. But this is your string, right? Okay. And now let's do one simple thing. What thing is we need to do means now I need to get one extra column. Now already I have table, right? Now already I have table. Now I need to get one extra column as what means experience. Here now I need to get one extra column as experience. And how you need to calculate that experience means whoever salary is having greater than 50,000 will be considered as a seniors. Whoever the salaries are having between less than 50,000 will get as juniors. Okay. You people need to create a new column name called XP status. You need to create a column called status in which what you need to print. You need to print senior or junior tag. You need to give. So those who are having salary greater than 50,000 need to be has a status called what? Seniors. Those who are having salary less than 50,000 will have a status called what? What the status? Junior. Okay. How to do that thing means select. So we'll check it. Select a star. So afterwards I will write some if statement. If, okay, if salary greater than 50,000, for them what I am making means I am making as seniors. For remaining all it will as juniors. For remaining all it as juniors by using if clause. Now I am making this column name as status from a table name called employee. For a table name called employee. Do check it. See, now I got right. Now I got a status column. Now I got a status column. So what where I am printing whoever having greater than 50,000 salary, it will be treated as a what? Seniors. Okay. Now the status is a virtual column. The status is a virtual column. If you describe your employee table, you don't have a column called status. This is just a virtual temporary column. This is virtual temporary column. Okay. This is simply virtual or temporary column. Got it? So like that we can do it. Now let's do one more thing. What we need to do means we need to calculate the experience. If you see here, now this guy is having roughly 5 years of experience, right? Roughly 5 years of experience. Okay. This guy is having roughly 5 years of experience. Now how to, again, apart from this status column, now I need to get one more column as EXP experience. I need to get as EXP experience. Now this will be your fine thing, right? Now after that, what I will write means, I will write like this. What is this current date? 2020 minus, so what I will do means, write off, I'm doing write off hire date, comma 4, comma 4. So what it will get, it will years, right? 2020 minus 2015, 2020 minus 2016, like that I get some years, right? As experience. So I might have written something as experience as status. That's the wrong thing, right? Here it is as status, Here it is just simply as experience. See. So what it, so fine. So these are your some major things about your aggregators and where clause, having clause, group by, aggregators, next order by, increment or decrement, auto increments, left and right, all these operations. Okay. So once you are done with this, go with joins, go with stored procedures, go with triggers, and go with that thing. Okay. Stored procedures, triggers, and cursors and joins. Do thing. we'll make one more video on interview questions. Okay, fine. So this is all about your things now.